Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to the Teachers Podcast brought to you by TalentHut Academy. And today's Teachers Podcast promised to be inspiring. Have you ever wondered what's keep a teacher going after nearly 2 decades in the classroom? Then you are in the right place. Our guest today is an extraordinary educator with over 18 years of teaching ESL, and also he holds a TEFL and TESOL certification, and also a member of the U.S. Department of State Teacher Trainer. So please, if you're a teacher here, grab your notebook and of course a cup of tea or a coffee, and let's learn from the world of Mr. Elchin. Please let's welcome Mr. Elchin to the podcast. You're welcome, Mr. Elchin.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me today here. I would definitely be glad to share my experiences or my ideas on teaching skills or classroom management, or as well as everything related to teaching education, because we both are educators. And I guess we have enough experience to tell something today, or to share or discuss something today.
That's amazing. And you are looking very great. I hope you're doing fine.
We are trying.
That's beautiful. Okay, so we're going to start with your teaching journey, okay? And let's dive in. The first question to you, Mr. Elchin, is with 18 years of ESL teaching experience, I imagine you've seen trends come and go, like the rise and fall of chalkboard. What are some of the biggest changes you've noticed in language teaching methods?
Well, with my experience, that I can come to a conclusion that while we were younger, we used to write on chalkboards. We mean blackboards, we call them. And then it was a little bit challenging because sometimes you ran out chalk, sometimes you eat dust or smell something. But how to say, not all teachers, but retired teachers used to say that if you don't, if you don't inhale the chalk, it means you don't teach. So it was actually a great motto for me. So it means that teacher should interact with blackboard and students very much. But as technology improved day by day, we used to go through TV monitors or projectors, or how to say, maybe tablets, or sometimes we used mobile phones during our class time. And we use also whiteboards, which we used crayons to write on. So but it depends on teachers. Sometimes I see on YouTube or in some maybe videos that there are schools still using blackboard. So I don't understand why. Maybe they have a reason. I don't know.
Wow, that's incredible. Okay, your answer is fully understood. Okay, now the next question for you. What first inspired you to be an ESL teacher? And after all these years, you're still working in the classroom with a smile, and at least most morning. So what's motivated you still on this journey?
Actually, let's start like this. When I was in the 9 years, in my ninth grade, I had an English teacher who inspired me a lot to follow his path, like teaching. Once we had a private talk with him, and we were sitting in the canteen, and he asked me, "Okay, Elchin, what do you want to be in the future?" And I said, "Teacher, I want to be an English teacher like you because you inspire me a lot. Your approaches to every student, your interaction with us always, how to say, make me happy and always inspire me to follow your path like you." And he was very happy when he heard it from me. And he was not expecting to hear such an answer. But and now after years, we met again, and he saw that I was a teacher, and he was just glad. And I said, "Teacher, do you remember I promised to be a teacher?
Wow.
Then I am a teacher." So he was
Wow.
very glad again.
Wow, that's so sweet to know. I can imagine the shared joy during that moment. It's beautiful to know that. Okay, so this will us to the next question. You got inspired by a teacher and now you're a teacher. Now, can you share one student success story that truly touched you? The kind that reminds you why you're still in this teaching journey. Have you got your student success story to share?
Actually, yes, I can tell one about my student, which always has been my favorite. Now
Okay.
he is living abroad and studying and also teaching. He once taught abroad in Asia. Then he went to Africa. Then came to Germany. He taught a lot of kids and students, and he shared pictures with me. Then he said, "Teacher, do you see that I am teaching like you?" Then I was truly, how to say, I was really moved when I saw his pictures. Then I said, "Oh, good. It means that I have touched even one heart to make him follow my path." Then now
Wow.
he is studying, and we sometimes get in touch by WhatsApp or Facebook. We have chat, lots of chat about teaching experiences. He shares his stories with me and challenges with me. Sometimes I give advice, sometimes he gives advice. Then that's all. We
Wow,
still.
that's beautiful. It reminds me of my teaching experience. So once I see my learners, the beautiful moment, I do capture it also and then send to few teachers also. Okay, so next question is this. Most teachers, they often joke about this, that teaching one level of learners is like cooking for a particular person. But then like cooking for a wedding. Now, I want to know, how do you make your ESL lesson engaging for your learners of different levels and backgrounds?
Okay, first of all, I would like to say that a teacher cannot expect to have the same class again in the next year. This is unacceptable. Sometimes they can say, okay, you are going to teach this class. So what will you do? So it means that it turns out to be surprising when you have a mixed level classroom. So you must have gained experience in order to adapt to the situation in the classroom, and also how to say, organize your activities, arrange your activities to the levels of the students. But first of all, of course, when you enter the classroom, you should have, you should hold diagnostic test in order to test their levels, and then you should prepare your plan according to your classroom level. But mixed levels, how to say, have always been challenging, because how to say, we don't cook for just one person. We should cook for every person. So here we remember equality and equity strategies. So equality means you give the same thing to everybody, but equity means you give the right thing to the right person. So in mixed level classrooms, we should apply equity, not equality. So here comes individual approach, which is meant in pedagogy as well. So I try to, when I prepare or design my lesson plans, I try to always consider those students who are a little bit behind the class. So I prepare other activities for them in order to make them feel unisolated. So it makes them become more confident and say, okay, our teacher, the teacher is respecting us, so he doesn't isolate us. So they are not alienated. So that's why they engage in the classroom activities, and this is one of our jobs in order to handle this situation in mixed level classrooms. So we apply differentiation strategies.
Wow, I love that. That the fact that you satisfy the need of every learner. That's what I think I'm going to take that home. And I hope our listener out there, they are learning. The next question. I saw in your profile, you've got a very strong score in your IELTS. Now the question is, which is every learner's or every learner's dream? I want to ask, how much of a role does speaking practice really play in language learning?
Well, actually, I cannot say that we should always focus on speaking when we learn a language. No, as we know that language has four skills: and they have to be handled at the same level at the same time. But it changed from person to person. For example, when it comes to me, I mostly focus on speaking rather than reading or listening because, how to say, I'm a practical person. Actually, I speak more than reading or writing or listening. So, yes, I do listening every day. You know, that for example, I listen to news, I listen to podcasts, I listen to some other stuff. It's my daily routine. But when we talk about speaking, yes, speaking is the how to say, speaking is one of the most challenging skill of a language, because, for example, when students enter the university and they start their how to say they start their course as an ELT student, that one thing I always say to them, when you graduate from this university, you will be asked only one question: can you speak English? They will not say, can you write very well? They will not ask, can you read well? They will ask just one simple question: can you speak? So I always tell them that to focus on speaking a lot, because speaking proves that you know the language more than reading or writing. Reading and listening are receptive skills. How to say, so to speak, they are passive skills. So you can do it every time alone at home without anybody's presence. But when it comes to speaking, it means communication. You should talk to somebody else in order to prove that you know something, or you can talk, or you can communicate. So that's why, maybe it comes from my experience, I cannot say, but I always try to speak. That's why maybe I got the highest score in IELTS.
That's a kudos to you. Well done. So point of emphasis here, if I should get what you're saying, speak to prove yourself approved. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Okay, so when it comes to fluency in English and confidence in English learners, I want to ask what strategies is most effective for you?
When we talk about classroom strategy, of course, we use think, pair, shared strategies, and also peer teaching, as well as peer assessment. They are all vital strategies which must be applied during teachings. So in order to achieve something when you leave classroom, you should apply strategies which help students foster their motivation, and as well as engage them in some energetic activities, I mean. So I guess these are the methods I sometimes, not as sometimes, mostly use in my classrooms. In my classrooms, because if I want to achieve something, of course I should use strategies like this.
Thank you very much. That's beautiful. Okay, yet another question. Would you want to take, before then, would you want to take a cup of tea, or do you have a water? Do you have some water there?
That's no problem. I have done them already.
All right, beautiful. Okay, again, you hold TEFL and TESOL certification. How does having these certificates shape your style of teaching, or rather shape your teaching approach?
Okay, when I started to taking my TESOL from the US Embassy, then after graduating, then I saw that I knew very little about teaching. TESOL really shaped my teaching skills. I mean, there how to teach writing, how to teach speaking, how to teach listening and reading. All skills were included in this program, and as well as also methodologies. For example, I saw that in TESOL we couldn't go with traditional methods. We should go for new innovative methods, such as direct method or task-based learning, or PBL, which means project-based learning, and lots of methods. So TPR and lots of things. I cannot count them one by one here because we have little time. So, but when I finished my TESOL program, I started to apply what I learned during the program, and then I saw that I had missed a lot not having TESOL program, and I am still using it. And then consecutively, I took TEFL. It was in my country. And it also, how to say, shaped my skills as well. Then I combined both of them, which were nearly the same, actually, which were nearly the same programs, actually. So I use them, of course, in my teachings, also at the university level and at school level.
Oh, beautiful. That's fine. So teachers out there, if you don't have the certificate, Talent Art Academic would put you through on how to get your certificate. Now, the next question is this. Teachers, we have teachers trainer. So sometimes we can also say the teachers are also the students. Saying that, what advice would you want to give a teacher who is still improving in their English proficiency, but are already in the teaching journey?
Okay, so I teach ELT students at the university and also translation studies students as well. They are called actually pre-service teachers. And I always tell them to adapt technology because we live in a technology era, and you have to, how to say, combine your teaching with technologies, newly developed technologies. As time goes by, we can easily come across new AI platforms, which may contribute to your teaching as well as lesson plan designing. So we cannot avoid them. If you avoid, then it means you don't call yourself a teacher. Teacher should know if your student knows technology better than you. So what are you doing in that classroom? You should be one step ahead of your students because you are a teacher. Why? Because students follow your steps. Students follow your path. They learn from you. But sometimes, as you said, we are students. Sometimes there are situations in which students can teach something to us, which once become more beautiful. And I had also an experience like that in the past. So I always adapt myself to new technology, and I always suggest my students go through newly developed technologies because you are going to integrate them into your teaching in the future. That's my suggestion for new teachers.
Thank you very much. To take home, teachers, you should be one step ahead before your learners so they can keep learning from you. Beautiful one, Mr. Elchin. So the next question is, you were part of the U.S. Department of State Teacher Trainers. Now, what impact has that given to you in terms of teaching globally?
Well, I have been attending webinars and certificate programs and also professional development programs for nearly 5 or 6 years because they have good webinars. They have wonderful webinars which may contribute to your teaching as well. So I have never missed a chance to follow them and to learn something from them and use them in my classroom because, as I said, I should be one step ahead of my students. I should learn lots of things before they learn before me. So I should learn something. And recently, I have participated in professional development for teacher trainers, which shaped my training skills. And now I can train teachers to be successful in this way, in this path, teaching path. So when you plan, when you plan a training, you consider teachers as your students. So you should, first of all, diagnose their needs analysis in order to see what they need exactly to learn from you, what they lack. Maybe classroom management, maybe how to design activities, or maybe how to teach grammar communicatively, and so on. So now I am planning to apply it in my future career.
Wow, that's amazing to know. Well done. Okay, you have taught in both in the university and Cambridge. Now, what difference do you notice in learners' needs?
Well, and of course, in a Cambridge school, you may have mixed level students. So you have to, you struggle a lot while designing a lesson plan because you have to tailor your activities to every student's needs. But at the university, they are already grown-ups and they
Yeah.
know what to do, how to do it. You just direct them. You just instruct them. That's all. I'd say 20% teacher, 80% students. But in a classroom, in a school, how to say, nearly 50%. You're active and 50% students, because you are their guide. You guide them to go through that path. But at the university, they have already been guided. They just need your advice, pieces of advice to continue, to carry on. So that these are totally different settings in teaching. And it's really hard to handle both of them at the same time.
Wow, thank you. But still, we still get them do what we want them to do, and we still impact them. That's amazing. Okay, so the next question: what are some challenges ESL teachers face globally, and what do you think? How can we overcome it as one big teacher's family?
Okay, so to be honest, I have never been abroad teaching English. I have always taught in my country, but I'd say from the experience I gained from social media, or somebody talked about this, I can say that first of all, new teachers, when they go abroad, they could leave culture shock, because we knew that, for example, European cultures are more different than Asian culture. We are Asian. And second of all, when I come across this term a lot on LinkedIn, which is called native speakerism.
Yeah.
I guess it sounds racist, a little bit racist, because it doesn't mean that you are a native speaker, and doesn't mean that you cannot teach very well. I know, but I truly say, I know that there are teachers out there who are non-native but can bury native teachers alive with their classroom skills. Believe me. But unfortunately, I see that there is, in some job application, they still say, we need native speaker, we need native speaker. So what?
Mm.
I am native speaker. It doesn't mean that I cannot teach you. You shouldn't test my teaching abilities. You just misjudge me by my, how to say, culture, by my citizenship. So this is unacceptable. That's why I don't like, and I have written something about this on my LinkedIn profile about native speakerism.
Thank you so much. And I think Mr. Shakawat also fight against that. He wrote something about it also. So we hope one day, whether you're native or non-native, in as much as you have the skill, you should be called for, not undermining the accent. All right, the next question. You're doing so well. I must commend you, Mr. Elchin. Okay. Now, teaching is rewarding, right? Teaching is rewarding. Like your experience so far is beautiful, but you will agree with me that it's also exhausting. Sometimes when I'm back from the classroom, I am tomorrow again. But then my question to you is, how can we make a balance? How can we maintain our passion and avoid being burned out?
Actually, if a teacher works hard, then it means he or she gets easily burnout. Teacher is overwhelming. You have lots of loads to do, commitments to do. I mean, your family commitments, your teaching commitments, and something else like this. But I have my own tactics to get rid of burnout. For
Okay.
example, I have a good friendship. I have good friendship environment. I have good friends surrounded. So when I want to get rid of my stress or my burnout, then I call one of them, and we may meet outside. We may walk. We sometimes have a chat, or we drink tea in a tea house. We share our experience we had that day, during that day. I guess, and every teacher should find a way to wind up after a long, exhausting, hectic day. So, but when it comes to me, I know what I do. So when I see that I don't have, how to say, passion to prepare something. I need to wind up. I need to go out in order to take some breath, some fresh air. Then I stop everything. I leave home. I go out to walk, listen to music, put my earphones and listen to my favorite songs on my playlist. Or if possible, call one of my friends. We gather around and stroll down the streets and have a chit chat and so on. If I don't do like this, believe me, I cannot start my day freshly. It's nearly impossible.
Wow, that's beautiful. So you've heard that from Mr. Elchin. You don't have to be burned out. Take a break, go out, call a friend, listen to music, and you will be fine again. Once you're back, then you can keep on with the work. Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing this exciting knowledge. Okay, now the next question is, if you could go back to your very first year of teaching, what advice you really wish someone told you or whisper in your ear that you didn't get at that very first year?
Okay, let's change the question, paraphrase the question like this. If you
Okay.
meet your younger self, what would you
Mhm.
advise?
Exactly.
Okay, I would advise him not to come close to teaching
Oh,
because
really?
it's overwhelming and it's, how to say, it's more challenging. If you don't put your heart in it, then it will
Hmm.
become more challenging for you, more exhausting. A teacher should teach from heart, not from head. So, how to say, if teacher teaches from heart to heart, then he gains, he wins. So teaching is like this. It has its own philosophy. It has its own, how to say, culture. It has its own set of rules. You should, first of all, you should go all through these before start teaching. But now, no, I don't regret. Thanks God, I am a teacher. I have lots of lovely students around me, and they always call me, keep in touch with me. They sometimes get my advice, and I am happy that I can help them now. So I found myself in teaching. But okay, I used to say like that. I don't want to be a teacher. No, I don't want to be something else. But after a few years, I found myself in teaching in the classroom. So I said,
Mhm.
nah, this is your job. You should actually do this. And thanks God, I am a teacher.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Teachers, you can hear that. If you don't have the heart, if you cannot put your heart into teaching, please don't go in teaching. Teaching must start from the heart. It must start from the heart. The passion must be there for you to be successful. Thank you, Mr. Elchin. The next question, which happens to be the final question. Now, what message would you give to teachers around the world watching you right now? What advice would you give to them? These teachers really, they are shaping young minds, changing lives. They're taking the students one step at a time. What advice would you want to give them?
First of all, first of all, learn the technology very well. Because if you incorporate technology into your teaching, then it becomes more amazing. You get out of traditional ways. Second of all, learn every day, non-stop learning. We should go non-stop learning because
Hmm.
teaching never ends. And the third of all, you should love this job. As I said, you should put your heart in it. If you don't love, then you cannot teach very well.
Yeah.
And the fourth of all, make a habit of it. You should make teaching a habit, not a job. Then if you turn it into a habit, believe me, you will love it and you will teach much more. And the students, you will see that there are lots of shining eyes around you, smiling at you, hugging you. Then you will understand that you have taught them very well. These are my suggestions.
Thank you so much. Teachers, make teaching a habit and not a job. And then you will see the growth when it comes to teaching. Thank you so, so much. It has been an amazing over 30 minutes time with you. Like, I am fired up by Monday, I should use some of the skills now that I've learned from you in the classroom. And I also believe teachers out there watching us right now would also use these ideas in place. I want to say thank you very much for coming in. It's a great time with you, Mr. Elchin.
Actually, I apologize because I made a mistake. I want to correct myself. Actually, I wanted to say that make it a hobby rather than a
Oh,
job. Sorry, I
okay.
said habit. No, make it a hobby. Because when I
Okay.
started learning English, when I started studying ELT, then my teacher always asked, "Hey, what do you want to be in the future? Or why do you learn English?" I said, "Teacher, learning English is my hobby. I don't learn it for a future job. I just love this language. That's all." So I want to say, teachers, uh, do teaching as a hobby, not as a job. Then you will see what doors are opened ahead of you. You will see
Oh,
that.
okay. Thank you very much. But I also think when we do something that becomes an habit, makes something that becomes an habit, we find it very interesting. So can we say teachers should also make teaching a hobby and a habit? What do you say, Mr. Elchin?
Well, it becomes a habit when you teach a long years, for
Oh,
years, it becomes habit. So
okay.
you know what to do because everything is in your hands. On your table, you set everything clearly. You know what to do tomorrow, so it becomes a little bit easier for you. But new teachers may find it struggling to know how to, for example, how to collect information for current lesson, how to engage students, how to foster their learning, how to manage the class correctly, how to finish the class in time. These are the most challenging parts in teaching. But when it comes a habit, then you know what to do. You are already
Thank
experienced.
Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. So, to all the teachers listening right now, remember your work matters a lot. Like, you are changing life, you're doing it with great passion. So, do not burn out. Instead, keep on looking out new ways to open doors and keep on building young learners. So, everyone, thank you once again for tuning into the Teachers Podcast, brought to you again by Talent Art Academy. I hope we'll see you another time, Mr. Achen. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Uh,
It was a pleasure for me to meet you and also to share my experiences, my stuff as well. So I thank also Mr. Shakawat for creating such an opportunity to gather teachers around from different cultures, from different countries. And again, it was a pleasure for me. And I would like to be in podcasts like this in the nearest future, but it depends on really time, actually. As we
uh,
know, we are teachers. We sometimes find it hard to spare time for ourselves, let alone podcasts. So we will try.
all right. It's fine. Until next time, stay inspired, keep building, keep motivating, keep changing life. And remember, this is to everyone, one lesson at a time. All right. See you next time. From me to you, it
Okay,
is
thank you.
bye. Have a
Have a
great day.
nice day.
All
Bye.
right.
See
Bye.
you.
Okay.